Is now the time to buy an electric truck? We'll find out in today's video by looking at this F-150 Lightning. I'll include a link to the Ford here in Ogden's website in the description down below. Just let them know that Ben Hardy sent you. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. This has the standard 98 kilowatt hour battery pack, 452 horsepower, 775 pound-feet of torque, and 240 miles of driving range. And yes, it has the front trunk. It also happens to have a ton of power. And just press that little button and that will close her back up. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now I will say this color is very fitting for the Lightning, kind of has a futuristic tone to it. Now the XLT still gets the cool light bar here up front. And then this is a pickup truck, so it does have recovery points. And altogether, it doesn't look too different from the regular F-150 other than the light bar. And that's kind of the point. They're trying to make the transition from gas or hybrid to electric a little bit easier for buyers. Tire wheel setup is 275 by 65 by 18. The wheels are completely blacked out in the center. This has independent suspension in the front and in the rear. F-150 XLT here on the side. And then you've got the fixed side step as well. And it wouldn't be a Lightning without the Lightning badge, right? When it comes to overall proportions, it's basically the same size as a regular F-150. Well, it actually is the same size. Key fob features are pretty straightforward. Lock and unlock. You've got the opening for the frunk, and then you've got the Ford logo. Interesting that there's no tailgate drop with this. I mean, if we pop over to the tailgate itself, it's actually not dampened either, so you do have to lower this down under your own force. This does have Ford's tailgate step system. More outlets here on the bed. This particular one does not have bed liner, but we do have the points for cargo tie downs. Now because of the tailgate step, this is going to have a little bit more weight to it, but it's light overall. Now the XLT doesn't get the light bar on the back, but still cool looking taillights. And you do get your spare underneath the bed. Capping things off, there's your 3/4 angle with the truck. Compared to Chevy and Ram with their EV pickup trucks, I think this one is the best out of the bunch when it comes to looks because it's the most normal. Let's now pop inside. You've got cool stitching up top, soft touch down below in the armrest. Cloth seats just like an XLT regular F-150. 60/40 split with the seats, and you've got a flat loading floor up front. Legroom back here is good. We also have a little storage pocket, some cup holders. We've got vents in the rear, USB ports, and an outlet down below. And then headroom back here is actually really good. Let's now pop up front. More soft touch here on the armrest with the front door panel. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then down below you've got your power mirror adjustments, and then the front two windows are automatic. This comes with 2,066 pounds of payload capacity. Cloth for the front seats. The driver's seat is partially power, partially manual with the adjustment. The passenger seat is all manual with the adjustment. Off to the side here, light controls. You've got your opening for the front and then the pedal adjustments. And start her up. Soft touch all around the steering wheel. Practical controls for the center digital gauge cluster. Phone controls there too. On the left hand side, you've got your cruise control. We have our volume and voice command controls as well. Now, just like the new F-150, you've got a full digital gauge cluster, but being fully electric, you have your battery temp and stuff, and then off to the side, it shows your range and state of charge. And then you can also customize the information that's displayed there in the center as well. There's a little bit of storage there above the infotainment system and also the top section above the glove box. And this leads us to the infotainment system itself. We've got a 360 camera system, good resolution. And then as for the infotainment system, this actually gets the horizontally opposed, which I kind of prefer. It's very quick to respond. The drive modes are built into the screen rather than being built into a dial like a regular F-150. But yeah, you've got drive modes for both on-road, off-road use, sporty driving as well. And you can also turn the one pedal feature on or off. This still comes with Pro Trailer, and then you can see the coin holder down below where the drive mode select is in a regular F-150. We've got analog controls here for the climate and for the radio. Dual zone climate heated seats with this. More power off to the side with that outlet and 12 volt. Got some USB ports down below, and then we have our shifter there to put it into gear. Gigantic center console here, nice soft touch trim on the top. And finally, we've got a pretty straightforward charge port with fast charging. 2025 Lightning XLT, total MSRP on this one, $67,595. Let's see how this performs. In the Lightning, I already did a review. Oh, I already did a review on the Flash, which had the extended range. I wanted to give you guys a review on the standard range and kind of talk about what this is like, overall kind of thoughts on this, and if you should even consider a standard range at all. This is interesting. It's so weird having, because the one pedal works in reverse too. It's so weird having that, because like you normally in reverse, you have, you know, you kind of are going between brake and gas, but like in this, you're just all on the gas, and then if you want to slow down, then you just release the gas pedal. Definitely a different experience. Yeah, weird. Really weird. Tires sound like they're skirting a little bit, going, I wasn't going that fast. Strange. Yeah, that one pedal is definitely something to get used to. That sticker's in like just the right place where it blocks my visibility. Okay, we're good to go. Whoa! Yeah, it's got torque, guys. It's got some torque. Sorry, let me recline this seat more so you guys can get a better viewpoint. Gotta like gangster lean to get you guys a good GoPro view, or somewhat good view. Yeah, still gotta go more, I feel like. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's probably a little bit better. So, I will say right off the bat, it's very smooth. See, when it comes to like most people just daily drive their pickup trucks, this is, in my opinion, again, I don't like EVs. I'm not an EV person, but still, this is so good for a pickup truck. The independent suspension is super comfortable. The turn-in's great. And the ride is so nice. Like going over the bumps and everything. And even just on smooth pavement, it's nice. It's a really comfortable ride, actually. Pull it out just a little bit more. Half this video is me adjusting stuff for you guys. That's so smooth. And here's the deal, like electric cars in like a sports car, doesn't make sense. It's boring, right? I think we can all agree with that. In a truck or an SUV, having the torque and having the instant power delivery is really nice. It leads to this luxury experience. But there's a downside that we'll get into in just a moment. It's really, really hard to overcome. I will say the one thing I don't like about electric cars compared to gas cars is I get a little bit nauseous in them unless I like am really light on the throttle. But it's just having all that torque is nice, but it's also, it kind of, like I said, it makes me a little bit nauseated. It's definitely not, I mean, it could also be the radiation from a 1,000-pound battery under my butt, but you know, I guess we won't get into that in today's video. I wonder about that though. I wonder like if we're gonna see, you know, because whenever there's new technologies, there ends up being issues down the road. I wonder if we're gonna see down the road if people are gonna be like suing car companies for getting cancer, like electric car companies. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But like 1,000-pound battery under your butt can't be good. Who knows though? So it's quick. We all know the downside's the range. So first off, this compared to the extended range, I think the extended range is worth it. I mean, especially considering the fact that you can get a Flash for just a few $1,000s more than this XLT. I think that it's worth going for the larger range. You know, that's not dirt cheap at all, but it's not a crazy amount of money. So that's kind of my 2 cents. If you're gonna get a Lightning, get the extended range, because this is, it's not horrible, but it's it makes things difficult, because in the wintertime you're gonna have like sub 200 miles of range, whereas the extended range you're gonna have, you know, maybe over 300 in most conditions, because it's 320 is what it states for the EPA, and then in the wintertime, you know, you'll be in probably the high 200s or something like that, so maybe a little bit less than that. So I think that's worth it. And you know, when it comes to EVs in general, we all know the problem is charging, but it's also, here's the deal, it's not just charging and it's not just battery capacity. I think it's also just the simplicity. Like modern cars in general, they're right. How many of us can work on modern cars, right? You need like an engineering degree and a computer degree to be able to work on a modern car. But with that being said, gas engines, you know, still a little bit easier to work on than these electric powertrains. And what I'm noticing with the electric cars is a lot of times instead of fixing stuff, they just replace it. I think that's another big thing that not enough people talk about these electric cars is when stuff goes wrong in a gas car, you know, a lot of times it's like, oh, you can replace a part here or there. Whereas with the electric car, it's like, oh, just replace the whole system. It's done. Just replace the whole system. So, you know, when you're under warranty, it's fine. But once you're out of warranty, you know, not necessarily the most cost effective on that front. But yeah, I mean, even, you know, maybe when they get charging times down and battery capacities up, maybe that'll pull more people in. Time will tell on that, but it's really hard to beat gas. I just added an auxiliary fuel tank to my Land Cruiser. I've got almost 1,000 miles of driving range with that thing. And so it's like, why would I ever trade this for an electric car when, you know, I can fill up my 60 gallons worth of, or more than that, 65 gallons worth of fuel capacity in just a few minutes versus having to charge for even, you know, an hour or whatever. Let me know your thoughts.